Season 1, Episode 9. The Media Tycoon. Oh, Shadow Practice. Welcome to your Shadow Practice session. Today we talk about the narrative. The power of the headline. Focus on the H, W, and WH sounds. Project your voice. Master the English of persuasion. Let's begin. The script. If you want to change the world, you use steel. If you want to control the world, you use gold. But if you want to create the world, you use ink. In the late 19th century, one man realized that reality is just whatever the people believe. And people believe whatever they read. His name was William Randolph Hearst. He didn't build railroads. He built opinions. He didn't fight wars. He started them. This is the story of the media tycoon. The man who invented yellow journalism and became the architect of the American mind. Hearst was born into mining gold. His father, George Hearst, was a multimillionaire. But William didn't want the dirt. He wanted the drama. He took over a failing newspaper, the San Francisco Examiner. He had a modus operandi, that was radical for the time. He didn't want facts. He wanted feeling. He told his editors, if there is no news, go out and make some. He used giant headlines. He used lurid illustrations. He focused on crime, sex, and corruption. He turned the news into entertainment. He was the founding father of the clickbait culture we live in today. In 1895, he moved to New York, the heart of the media world. He bought the New York Journal, and he entered a war, not with a country, but with another man, Joseph Pulitzer. They fought for eyeballs. They fought for circulation. They lowered their prices to a penny. And to win, they became more and more extreme. They didn't just report on Spain and its colony Cuba. They manufactured a villain. They printed stories of Spanish atrocities that were exaggerated or total fictions. The most famous story in media noir involves the artist Frederick Remington. Hearst sent him to Cuba to draw the war. Remington telegraphed back, everything is quiet. There will be no war. I wish to return. Hearst reportedly replied, please remain. You furnish the pictures, and I will furnish the war. In 1898, the USS Maine exploded in Havana Harbor. It was likely an accident, a boiler explosion. But Hearst didn't care about the audit. He printed extra editions. He blamed the Spanish torpedo. He whipped the American public into a frenzy. He forced the president into a conflict. This was the Spanish-American War. A war sold by a newspaper. Hearst became a giant. At his peak, he owned 28 major newspapers, 13 magazines, 8 radio stations, 2 movie studios. He controlled the information pipeline for 1 in 4 Americans. He was the algorithm before computers. He knew that fear sells better than hope. He knew that outrage is the most addictive substance on earth. He built a castle to match his ego. Hearst Castle, in San Simeon, California. A labyrinth of European art, ancient statues, and a private zoo. He was a king without a crown. But power at that scale creates paranoia. Hearst tried to enter politics. He wanted to be mayor. He wanted to be governor. He wanted to be president. But the people trusted his papers. But they feared the man. He failed in every major election. He realized that controlling the story is not the same as winning the heart. His shadow was finally captured by a young filmmaker named Orson Welles. In the movie Citizen Kane, Hearst hated the movie. He banned his newspapers from mentioning it. He tried to buy the film just to burn the negatives. Why? Because the movie showed the void inside the tycoon. It showed that a man who owns the world's attention can still be the loneliest man on earth. The movie damaged his reputation more than any audit or lawsuit ever could. By the Great Depression, Hearst was hemorrhaging money. He had overextended his empire. He was forced to sell his art. He was forced to sell his zoos. The octopus was starving, but the legacy was already baked into the system. What is the audit of William Randolph Hearst? He taught us that attention is a commodity. He showed us that truth is secondary to engagement. He proved that a media monopoly can shape the foreign policy of a superpower. Look at the world today. Look at social media. Look at the news cycle. We are living in a digital Hearst world. The outrage you feel when you scroll. That is yellow journalism in silicon. The headlines that make you angry. That is Hearst's ghost writing the code. We no longer have one man in a castle controlling the news. We have a million small Hearsts in a feedback loop. We have influencers who furnish the pictures for fake wars. We have platforms that monetize our anxiety. The ink is dry. The castle is a park. And the newspapers are fading. But the process of manipulating reality is faster than ever. Hearst taught us that the public doesn't want information. They want vindication. They want a story that tells them they are right. And in a world of unlimited stories, the truth is just another competitor with a bad marketing budget. Stay sharp. The headline is a hook. And the story is a cage.